Hello, hello, hello. Hello, 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 hello. Mic check. I can't hear you, bro. I cannot hear you.
Am I now audible now?
Yeah, yeah. Now, perfect. It's perfect now.
Perfect. What's happening, Mr. Nash Capital? Is everything okay?
Sorry, sorry. Yeah, you can go ahead, bro.
Okay, no, that's fine. So here we want to be trading, and I'll start by giving a breakdown on the US 30, then I'll go on the Nasdaq, and I think these are the two that I'm actually looking at right now. And I can also do gold, but for now, let me do these two. Then I'll give the floor to Nesh. You tell us what you think about this, and then we'll see what we can be trading today. So I'm looking at the US 30 number one, and I want to start from the 4 hour time frame. So from the 4 hour time frame, this is what I'm seeing, and let me just enlarge this. This is what I'm seeing on the 4 hour time frame, right? This is a price that has been going down, 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 as you can see here. And here I'm actually anticipating a break of this because why? Price has been moving aggressively and it has actually ignored this zone here or that zone at the top there. So with how this is moving here, I'm looking at price going up and breaking and continuing going higher. And this is also evidenced by what? By what we see on this one, on this particular one, where prices just are taken out those highs. And if you go to the H1 here, I'm actually going to see that on the H1 we have actually kind of reacted from this zone. As you can see, we've reacted from this zone, and I'm looking for this zone as you see, but I'm looking at this zone breaking, right? Breaking, and we go like this. This is what I'm seeing because I'm just not seeing this one breaking or retesting this area. Of course, it can also do that and retest this area and we go down. Then you can sell in that scenario. But here I'm kind of biased to go up, but we'll see how it moves. If we go now on the 15-minute time frame, we will actually see that on the 15-minute time frame, we have actually taken out a high here. So here I'm actually looking at price continuing this trend of going up because we've taken a high. So it's more like I'm a bit bullish on the Dow Jones here, and this is what I'm seeing on the Dow Jones. Then if I go to look at the Nasdaq, we'll just do the same process. We start from the H4. From the H4 here, I think it's the same thing that we were seeing here. We have these aggressive moves down. Then we have a break. Actually, here we actually have a break of this particular high, which entail that we might actually be moving up here. But before we move up, we can actually see that we have this high and we have this low, as you can see. So, as I always say, whatever breaks first, that's where we are going. So, if we break this high first, then we are going up and we are targeting this particular high. And if you break this, we will go lower. But I prefer going up. Why? Because as you see, there is no clean traffic here because we have these candles here. But on this one, this is clean range. So this clean range tells me that if you go up, we are going to be having better opportunities going up than going down. So this is what I'm seeing price going up on the H4. Then if you go to the H1, I think on the H1 it's the same thing, but here it's just that we have more like a break of these highs, more like we have more evidence now that price might actually be going up, and this is an aggressive move that we were presented with, and I see that we might actually be going up on this particular one. Then we go to the M15 lastly, and on the M15, I'm going to be looking for the same things that I was looking at and see if everything goes according to what I'm seeing. And on the M15, what I'm looking for is actually the same thing that I was looking for. So on the M15 here, you see that prices, this market structure of an uptrend, as you can see, as you have probably known by now, I'm actually biased to go up here. So I'm looking for price activity at this point and at this point and see how it goes. And if it goes up from there, then I go up, and if it goes down, I go down. So we are in a range now on the Nasdaq, and we want to see how it progresses going up. And I'm actually waiting to see what happens on that particular one. All right, Mr. Nish, you can take us, tell us what you see and what you're looking for. I think this is what I was waiting for. This is what I'm still waiting for.
Okay. Hi guys. Hope you guys are doing well. So my approach, let's start off here with Nasdaq, right? I'm going to approach it in a scalping manner, right? It's not complicated. It's an easy 1:1, big lots, right? Go hard. That's what I do, right? In terms of approaching the sessions, like trading NY Open or London Open, right? So like, for example, what you've done is quite literally what I would do normally, right? On NASDAQ, I would highlight the first thing I would do, switch to a line graph, right? I want to switch to a line graph. If possible, can you switch to a line graph?
Okay, let me do that. This is the line graph.
I don't know. Am I able to share my chart?
I think you can do so. Just check if you are able to share yours.
Okay, let me do so. Share screen. Oh, okay.
Yes, you can share screen.
There we go. Share this one. Share. Okay. I don't know if you guys can now see my chart. Can you? Or you are still seeing yours?
Yeah, they're still seeing mine. Let me add yours.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. I think that's your chart.
Yeah, that's it. Exactly. So this is what I do, right? It's very quite simple in terms of scalping, right? Because my whole idea is I don't need to be in the market for a very long time when I'm scalping. I just want my 1:1. So I'll come to the market at around these times. That's like 4:15, 16 past 4 our time, because it needs to be 9:30 in New York, right? So which means our time it will be 4:30. So I come at least 14 minutes early so that I can mark out my highs and lows, right? Because it's a scalping method, right? So what I do, I'll highlight a high and then I'll highlight the low using a line graph first, right? Because I want the impulsive move. That's what I want, right? After doing that, I quickly switch to my candlesticks. I'm on the 30-minute time frame, right? I quickly switch to my candlestick, and then I want to account for the weeks. So I'll account for that week, and then I'll account for this week, just like that, right? And then now what happens, I can just put this thing, this is what I usually do. I just put this and I just copy paste it, right? Copy paste, right? Sorry, I don't know what's going on. Let me try copy paste. Yeah, there we go. Right, I copy paste it and then I drag it to the upside. I'm still on the 30-minute time frame, right? So now what I want to see is the market has two options here, right? what I'll do, I'll drop to the 15 minute, right? This is what I do. I drop to the 15 minute. And then the most important and crucial part is for you to get a confirmation, right? So the only confirmation that we are going to be getting is if price drops and closes below this black line, right? It can drop week in and then week back inside. We won't take it, but we want to see a clean, like a very clean close, either to the downside or to the upside. As soon as it closes, for this example, I'll just maybe say, let's just pretend as if it has closed to the upside, right? Maybe it has closed around here, the 15-minute candle. Then I'll take a buy from there with my SL just below that line, and then with my TP at 1:1. So in this instance, I'll be using like quite good lots, risking high, winning high, which is a high risk reward ratio that I'll be using. So the opposite, even if it goes down, I'll do the same. So that's what I just wait for when I'm scalping, right? This is like a different way that I trade. This is just specifically for NASDAQ, US30, oil. Oil is for London session, right? But NASDAQ, US30, that's what I do during the NY session, right? So I think for today, I'm just going to look at NASDAQ since Mr. Shocks has already looked at US30 in detail. So I'll just look at this one and I'll wait to see how the 15-minute closes, right? So I'm going to see this one. If we do not get a clean close below or above from this candle, I'll wait until the moment I get a clean close and then I'll take the trade. So it can happen immediately after 4:30. It can happen maybe some hours after 4:30. So what I do in such instances, I'll set an alert. As you can see here, I can just click here and then it will say add an alert NASDAQ this price, right? Then I'll add that alert. And then at the bottom, I do the same thing, right? This is to help me. Let's say I'm now doing something outside of trading. Maybe I'm doing other things in personal life. That alert will go off. It will send a notification on my phone. And then I'll know that, okay, it's time for me to go on the chart. Then I'll look and see if I've got a clean close below, or above. Then I can take the trade, right? Because what happens right now, you might see it might want to break below, but eventually maybe in 2 minutes time, it will close above, which defeats the whole purpose, right? So we want to see it close below here so that we can take a sell for a 1:1, a quick in and out. So that's how I deal with it. So I'll hand it over to Mr. Shocks to finish up and continue with the session.
Okay, thank you so much, Nash. Thank you. I think people have seen what you were trying to explain there, which is the NASDAQ, and what we are going to do now, because this one is not an educational session, right? So it's a live trading session. So we're going to wait here for our setups. I think Nash has given us the NASDAQ, and I'm looking at the S30. So we're going to see what happens here. So just to recreate what Nash was talking about here, he had this line here and he had something like this. So from Nash, we're waiting for any close below or above one of these lines. Then we can take our trade from there, right? So that's what we were waiting for. Then on the US30 here, here I remember when I was explaining this, it has already taken out this high here. So what I'm waiting for here was either a break or a retest here. But right now, it seems as if we will see it in a minute's time, because at 4:30 here, this is where the volume will kick in and we see what happens. But this, from my point of view, it's looking like it has already moved. So there's not much that we can do. So we're going to open up gold here. And on gold, I'm going to have this as my resistance, this as my support, and whatever breaks first there, that's where we are going, right? So we'll see how both of these will move, right? So this is 16:30 now, and we're going to see how everything is going. So we're going to wait there and see how everything is going to work out. And as you can see, we have broken below the line that Nash marked. So we'll see if we get a close. So for this one, I think I'll give it back to Nash so that he can tell us when he's going to enter this, because my God here hasn't actually just broken again. So let's wait for the break, or I don't know if Nash has already entered the, because I think there was a break below, but you will know better. Thank you. Nash.
Okay, so if you look closely, we did get a break below that line. So the moment it closed below there, that should have been a sell. It's literally like floating halfway to our TP, right? But it happened so
Yes.
fast. So the best idea now that you can have is to actually wait. If you had missed, let me try share. If you had missed this one, which is NASDAQ, right? Then what you then do, try wait for, how do I share, by the way? Okay. You try wait maybe for US 30 to play out, right? Because this happened a little bit too fast. It actually left a gap when it closed, right? A small little gap, but it almost hits the target that we wanted. But now we just have to wait. Just have to wait for this one. It's like 18 minutes time. Then when it closes, and then we'll have good confirmation, even like on let me share US 30 share. Okay. Are you guys seeing my screen?
Yes, we can see your screen.
So, yeah, okay. So as you can see, we had a high there, right? And price first, when half past hit, it first tanked down, then now it's pushing to the upside. So easiest thing, this is now on US 30, right? The easiest thing to do is for you to actually wait for this current 15 minutes to close above, right? It has to close above for you to actually say, okay, let me take a buy and have my SL just below here, target your 1:1. That's what you would be looking at on US 30, right? But for now, you have to chill, because what can happen, right? It could be just creating a top week like this, and then it comes back to play around in the chaos, right? Which is AKA a range. So you need to wait a little bit, have a clean close above this black line. Then once you have a clean close above, you can take your buy for a 1:1, right? That's very easy. And then for NASDAQ, we actually had a clean close. Ew, beautiful. Would have taken the trade, but it was just too fast. I also didn't get a chance to enter. I don't want to lie and say I entered it. I didn't get a chance. But as analyzed, sorry, let me try fix this. Right. I don't know if you guys can see. Let me share.
Yes, we can actually see.
Oh, okay. My bad. Oh, let me fix it. Right. There we go. All right. So as you can see here, I don't know. Can you guys see my screen? Yeah. As you can
Yes,
see here, right? We had, right? But you need to be precise with this thing. As you can see, it closed below the black line and then just tanked. Like what I had stated. Like the moment it closes below that black line, it means it's just gonna drop. And that's what happened. But I didn't get to enter. I was a bit slow to my reaction, right? But anyway, this would have been a good clean 1:1. You would be done right now with the trade. You would literally be saying TP hit. Let me just show you, right? At the open of that candle, then you have your SL just above there. Then you have your target 1:1, which was somewhere there. You see, your TP will hit. So this type of trading is scalping, right? So it requires you to have good lots. It's not where you're putting your small 0.01. Nah, you're putting big lots, risking maybe like for people who are doing prop firms. Let's say maybe you've got a 10K account. That's where you're saying, okay, I'm risking 100 to make 100. Quick, in and out, right? So that's what happens with these scalps, right? So now I'm just waiting to see, since this one I already missed it, I'm waiting to see how this one closes in about 9 minutes. right? And then I'll know that if I'm able to take a buy and push it to the upside, right? So I'll give you guys an example of what happened this morning, right? I'll just show you guys what happened this morning. It was around what? Let me look for it. Yeah, around these times, right? How I managed to take, I think if you guys saw my WhatsApp status, you would have seen this trade, this oil trade that I took for London session, right? It's just the same thing. So what I did, I came, saw the 30-minute, right? Changed into my line graph, and then quickly from there, I highlight the lows and highs, right? So I want to see my lows from an impulsive move, which is this one, right? My low and my high, just like this. Then I'll quickly switch to the 30-minute. Now I account for the weeks, right? I account for the weeks like this, right? These are the weeks I want to account for. So when this is a chaos, we're inside a chaos. So the idea is for us to break above or below the chaos, right? On the 15 minutes. So we'll switch to the 15, and then let me just put this replay thing on 1 so that you guys see, right? So if you play the first candlestick, right, there you go, we closed below. So the moment it closes below, then you take your sell like this. You take a sell, then you put your SL just a little bit above, just like that. Then you put your TP at 1:1, right? 1:1, just like that. You don't need much because they're using big lots. So if you play price forward, you will realize that our P actually hit in the morning. That's the one that I posted, right? Something like this. There you go. So TP hit. So if you've got like proper good lots, then you would say to yourself, okay, I've hit my TP. I've got maybe like 4 or 5 lots open. Let me close half, close 2 lots, leave 2 lots running with SL at what? At entry. Then you've got extra money that you make for your runners, right? But usually, most of the time, we're all just looking for a quick close because we're trying to build accounts or something like that. But this is only during London when you're doing oil. But if you're doing now New York session, then you're looking at the likes of NASDAQ, US 30, and so on and so forth, right? So, like I said, NASDAQ, I already missed it. It happened so fast. I was also trying to prepare on my side to take the trades, but it just tanked, right? It just tanked. Let me correct this thing to where it's supposed to be. Right, there we go. So it just tanked. So now my only hope is to try hunt this one, right? Which is US 30, right? So I want to see how rather this one closes. And then if it closes the way that we wanted it to, because remember what we had, why did it delete my analysis? I don't know why it deleted my analysis, but what I had was something like this high, right? And then I had something like this low, something like that, right? This is what I had. And then if I go to the 15, yeah, exactly. So I want to see if this continues to close bullish like this, then I'll take a buy like that. I'll just take a buy. Then I'll have my SL just below the previous lows like this, right? And then I'll target my 1:1 like that. Simple, straightforward, right? So that's how you scalp. So I'm just waiting for this one to close. Yeah, for now, that's all I have. Gold, personal, I'm not trading. I haven't traded gold much this year. It's just been moving wild. It's got too many spikes for me to actually want to take. So I've given gold a break. I told myself that from the beginning of Feb up until, I don't know, maybe second quarter, that's when I'll start looking at gold. But for now, I'm giving it a break since it's time to hit all-time highs, come back down, all-time highs, come back down, and so on and so forth. So that's what I'll wait for. So for now, I'm just going to wait for this. So I'll hand it over back to Mr. Shocks.
Okay, thank you, Nash. Thank you, Nash. On that gold thing, let's talk about it. Right. So this is what we're waiting for, right? We had this resistance area, and we had this support here. And remember, we were saying whatever low or high breaks first, that's what we are going to be trading. That's the direction that we're going to take. But as you can see here, remember, that's why we say we have to wait for a clean break. Look at what gold is doing right now. it might actually go up, break this, and continue going up. Why? Because it has just given us a week here. So this week, if we had entered just as an impulse, as price was breaking there, you're going to have a very tough time following this trend, because this would have broken down and would have gone what would have gone away. But look at this. This might actually end up breaking lower or going up. But let's just assume that it doesn't go lower and it goes up and breaks up, and you'd have taken this trade before, or because you don't want to wait for the break here, you would have done yourself a disservice here, right? And on US 30 here, we're saying we wanted to break up right up here, and here it just broke up, retested, and now we're just waiting for a break. Then we can what? We can take this as Nesh was saying, and as we said in our in the analysis that we are doing. So right now, the best thing that we are going to be doing right now is to what? Is to wait. I think we are 4 minutes away from a close or a break. Then on the Nasdaq here, this one just went straight to where we wanted to go, because this one was a clean break. As you can see, price just went below and took this close. As you can see, you see there's not even a week there. There's not even a week. Price just went closed and left a gap and went down. So this is what volume does for you. If you are trading volume, right? For volume will do this for you. And if you are a scalper, or if you are with prop firms or something like that, this is something that you can take into your arsenal, because it just goes straight to where you want it to go, or it just whips you out. It takes your stop loss and you are done for the day, even if you lose your money or something like that. So it's just a quick feedback for you, right? So we want that. We want that because this is what we are doing, and this is what we want to do. Why would you want to be in a market for like 7 days waiting for a trade? So this is what we are doing, and we're going to see what happens or with these trades, and we are going to be taking them as they come, right? So this is what we are going to be doing, right? So we're going to be waiting and seeing how it goes. So if it was this was a very good trade, and this was quick, right? Your stop loss going above there, 1 you would be out at this low, because if we were to enter this low is what we call the safest take profit STP. So they've taken our trades, our profits at this particular zone. Our stop loss, obviously, we're going to go above the what? Above the consolidation, and we'll be done. So right now, let's wait for what? For yes 30 and gold, and see if they are going to give us something to eat on gold here. If it closes with this huge week, I'm actually anticipating gold to close above, then go, and this is the STP, the safest take profit that I'm looking at, and I will take my trades at the above this zone, then we go up and we go. So for now, we're going to be waiting and seeing how we can do this. So if there are guys who are watching this right now who would want us to look at any pair of their choice, this is the time while we wait for that close, because I think we're actually 1 minute or less than a minute away. So just write your questions or your requests in the chat, and let's look at your trades, and we'll see how we can go about that. And if you want to take a trade, we can actually help you do that on this live. So if you have any questions, guys, this is the time to look at that and see how we are going. And if you can see gold right now, you can actually see that it's actually going for the upside, and we might actually be buying that thing if it closes above that zone that we have marked. And we go to US 30, as Nash was saying, we'll see how it closes, and I think it has closed now. So wait to hear what he says about this structure. I think for me, as I said, as we were starting, I feel like this is actually going the distance, and I don't feel comfortable taking this. So I will be waiting for it for gold, because look at gold, it is closed with a pin, and right now I'm looking at it closing above there, and after that we see how it goes. So this is what I'm looking at, closing above here, because here it failed to what to give us a clean close below the what, below this low. So I'm not counting on gold to give me a sell here. I want to buy, and I'll see how it moves there, and I can move from there and see how we can look at it. All right. So I don't know if Mr. Nash want to take us through the yes 30, and if he has entered, let us know what we can do.
Oh, okay. But for now, on US 30, let me share quickly. We do not have a clean close above what we wanted, right? So due to the fact that we do not have a clean close to what we actually wanted to see, we have to wait. Like we have to really wait until we get to see what we want to see. Because the issue with us being impulsive, I don't know, can you guys see my screen yet?
Okay, not yet. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I was saying, as you can see here, let me zoom in a little bit so that you guys can actually see what I'm seeing. Right? Because with these scalps, you kind of like need to be precise, right? So we had that high right there, right? And price pushed to the upside. It didn't close above this thing, meaning that price has come back into what we call chaos, right? So what happens in chaos, we do not want to take any trades while we're inside chaos, because chaos, we do not know whether we're going to push to the upside or to the downside. We always want that confirmation of a candlestick close above or below the chaos, right? So in this scenario right now, my thing is to wait. There's nothing I can do right now in the markets for US 30. I just have to be patient and wait for it to close either above or below. Then I can take my 1:1. So in this area, right, in between these things, it's just chaos. So you don't do anything here, right? Because look at it this way. Imagine you took a buy, right? Let me show you guys. Imagine you took a buy right there as price was breaking above. You didn't wait for a confirmation. This is what you would have, right? You would have something like that, and then you'd have something like 1:1, which is somewhere there, that should have missed your TP really, but you'd now be in drawdown. You see that? And we're trying to avoid that. This is not what we want, to always be in drawdown, right? Because what could happen, right? Isn't Nasdaq and gold sometimes, not all the time, sometimes they move the same, right? So you realize that this move is the beginning of what Nasdaq did. Let me see if I can. Okay, let me show you guys what Nasdaq is doing. 1 second, right? So you see Nasdaq keeps pumping to the downside. You see that? So it could just be US 30 trying to copy these bearish candlesticks that Nasdaq has printed, right? So maybe that one that we saw closing back inside chaos was the beginning of it coming to the bearish side. So now what we're just doing here on US 30 is for us to just be patient. You just have to wait. There's nothing else you can do. If you try force it, you'll get whacked by the markets. The markets, remember, it pays those who are patient, right? So being impulsive, sometimes it helps. You can get quick, but in the long run, consistency-wise, you will not be profitable. So you need to wait for it to close. So in this instance, right, I'll be waiting for every 15-minute candlestick to close. The best way, if I don't want to always be on the charts, like I explained earlier, I just set an alert just a little bit above and then just below, right? The moment my alert goes off, I'll know that, okay, I'm breaking below or above. And then I can look to say, okay, did I have a clean 15-minute candlestick close below or above? If I do, then I take the trade for a quick 1:1 big lots. That's how I scalp them. So for now, I'm just waiting. There's nothing much that I can do in terms of US30. And then in terms of NASDAQ, we've already moved. Trying to take a trade right now is suicide, right? It's a really suicide, because what could happen is if you decide to say, let me take a trade now, there might be a situation maybe where it wants to retrace, right, before it drops again. So you don't know how much it will retrace. Most of the time, it does retrace. Like if you go to your 30 minutes, it does retrace like 50% of that initial, initial impulsive move, right? But we do not know if it will stop at 50%. What if it decides to retrace 90% or 100%, you know? So it's just a gamble now from here going forward. So that's why I'm saying that you taking NASDAQ right now would be suicide. So what you can do is simply just you put your fib from that candlestick high on the 30-minute to the low like this, right? And then maybe if you want to, I wouldn't do this, but if you want to, you can wait for it to come what? To your 50% like there, right? Let's remove this. And then maybe you can wait for it to do something like this. Do something like this, come into your 50%, then drop even more. But now the question lies, if I'm to take it at 50%, am I going to put my SL? Your SL is going to be super crazy. It's going to be too big, because there's no way you're going to take a trade at 50% down there, right? Take it down there and say you want your SL to be literally like that. You will get whacked because you're still inside the retracement phases, right? It could retrace 70%, maybe 70% is here, maybe 80% is where your SL is. So meaning if you take it there, you need your SL to be above all that way, which doesn't make sense. So sometimes when it goes, it goes. Don't try to chase the trades. It doesn't help in the long run, right? Chasing trades does not help at all. Trust me on that one. It doesn't help. So sometimes you just have to say, okay, it went without me. That's fine. Tomorrow I'll catch it, or the next day, or whatever, right? But we still have a clean opportunity to wait for on US30. So we just need to see how it closes. The moment it closes above or below, and then we take the trade. Otherwise, for me, in terms of scalping, right now, there's nothing I can add, right? There's nothing I can add or subtract. Gold, I think Nkoma Shokes has already talked about it. He would know more on that topic or in terms of gold, right? But that's all I have right now. So as you can see, I've got like 7 minutes till the candlestick closes. So if my alert hits now, I'll wait until this 6 minutes is done, then see if I still have a clean close above. If not, I'll just chill up until I get that clean close, right? So that's all I'm waiting for, nothing else. It's just, for me now, it's just for a matter of me just chilling and waiting and being patient with the charts. So, Mr. Shocks, all on you now.
Yeah, thank you, Nash. Thank you, Nash. And I think the people are understanding what you are saying there. They get what you're saying. And this is what I'm saying on gold, right? Well, we're just waiting here to see where it goes. But for myself, I'm going to be speaking for myself here. If it gets to this position, if it gets to this area where uh, we are maybe 30 minutes away or 1 hour away from the New York Open or the volume session, as I like to identify it with, then taking trades after that, then it doesn't uh, fit into my schedule because I want fast moving one quick out, scalping properly, scalping the volume that will be injected into the market on the market open, be it London Open, Asia Open, or even New York Open. So here, I think if it doesn't close the way I want in the next 15 minutes or so, then I would kind of understand and wait for the next session. So I wouldn't have taken a trade in this session, and that would be okay, right? There are sessions that are going to be like that where we are not going to get any trades. We are not going to trade, and we are not going to make any money. So I think this is one session like that. I think the best opportunity for this session rested with Nasdaq here, but we couldn't find time to capitalize on this one, on this move, because this was a beautiful move. And on the US 30 we wanted to buy, but due to this week now, I cannot buy into this particular week. So it's something again that I'm going to let go and see how it moves. So same as gold here, as I said here, that I cannot sell into this week. So this is a week. So here the only viable trade is to wait for a break, then we go up. But if you don't have a break to the upside, then this was a session like that where we did not get any trades. And I think Nesh explained to us why this was a good trade and how we took it from here to somewhere here in the London session. And this is what the New York session with gold, we have US 30 and we have Nasdaq, and all of them are not moving as we have wanted. So I think for this one, we will take a back seat and see how it goes, right? And we're going to see how it goes. So guys, thank you so much for attending this live session. I'll see you guys in the next session, or I'll see you guys tomorrow. We explain and trade together, right? So if you don't have an account already or that trades, this is the time to get one, and I'll see you with your funded account and ready to trade next session, which is tomorrow. Tomorrow is Friday, right? So I'm going to see you guys during New York session and see how we can close out the week with a bang. So this is what we're doing, guys. And happy trading, and I'll see you in the next one. Shocks, and I'm out.